Lagos. Crowded streets, smelly gutters, tight, cramped buildings, heavily trafficked highways, absurd rent. If, like me, you are the type to complain about Nigeria's largest city, then you're in luck because things just might change pretty soon. In fact, in less than 10 years, the streets might be empty, senseless housing demolished, and road networks thoroughly renovated. Welcome to another episode of Odd Nigeria. Please like and subscribe to the channel to see more videos from us. Now imagine looking through a pair of binoculars at a bush thousands of meters away, just to find a sniper's gun squarely pointed at your face and hear the crack of the gun barrel. Well, that's what astronomers saw when they peered through their fancy satellite telescopes in late 2024. What they saw was an asteroid, now called YR4, which has been categorized as a near-Earth object. It was discovered in 2024 and is estimated to be at least 27 million miles away right now. The asteroid is half as wide as the length of a football pitch and is currently hurtling towards us at breakneck speed. At this rate, it is expected to possibly make impact on some parts of Earth, including Lagos, Nigeria, on December 22, 2032. Now, the possible impact locations are quite far and wide. They begin from the eastern equatorial Pacific Ocean and stretch through the northern parts of South America, the equator, Nigeria, and Central Africa towards the north of East Africa. It could also go as far as the Indian Ocean and even Bangladesh. And as for its impact, based on its estimated size, the asteroid could release energy equivalent to 7.8 megatons of TNT. If it were to hit Earth at its predicted velocity, it would be the equivalent of about 500 times the size of the bomb used on Hiroshima in World War II. But don't ring the end of the world bells yet. While the YR4 is big, it's not big enough to cause any major regional damage. First off, if you look at the possible impact regions, you'll notice they are covered by a lot of ocean. This could cause a tsunami, yes. However, it's not likely going to be too big. Also, it's likelier that the asteroid would explode mid-air as it starts disintegrating after coming in contact with Earth's atmosphere. But if all that happens, what's that going to look like in Lagos, Nigeria? Well, first off, a lot of windows are going to break for sure, so Lagos landlords are not going to be able to escape this renovation. Further damage to property in this case is also inevitable. When an asteroid leads to an airburst, it can generate massive amounts of heat and strong winds. In a city as hot and windy as Lagos, the thermal radiation could ignite fires and cause skin burns, and things can get even worse. For example, in 2013, a meteorite exploded in the sky above the city of Chelyabinsk, Russia. The shock waves from that explosion injured about 1,500 people and damaged 7,200 buildings. For context, the Chelyabinsk meteorite was about 2.5 times smaller than YR4 is expected to be. So now let's scale this down to practical proportions and say that the asteroid did land in Lagos, Nigeria. Well, due to its stony composition and estimated size, the asteroid could cause damage as far as 50 kilometers from the impact area. Odd Nigeria plotted what that damage would look like on a map to give you a bit more context. So if the asteroid were to explode in, say, Ikeja, the impact could spread as far as Lekki, Ajah, Badagry, Ekpe, and Ikorodu. The impact could also stretch as far as Ogun State, with areas like Ota, Sango-Ota, Abeokuta, Ifo, Mowe also being affected. In short, Lagos would be completely devastated, and much of Ogun State would experience significant damage. So now that we have a better understanding of just how damaging this asteroid could be, what are the chances of a collision with Earth? Well, the figures so far are uncertain. The asteroid is still too far to be sure, and the probability changes every day, but it has a 3 rating on the Torino scale. Now for context, the Torino scale is a method for categorizing the impact hazard associated with near-Earth objects, such as asteroids and comets. Think of it as a communication tool for astronomers and the public to assess the situation of the threat and the threat of collision. The scale is ranked from 0 to 10. The higher the number, the higher the magnitude of threat. A 0 indicates an object has a negligibly small chance of collision with Earth, or is too small to penetrate our atmosphere intact. A 10 indicates a certain collision that could cause a global disaster. The YR4's 3 rating on the scale is fairly significant. Near-Earth objects with a rating of 1 are discovered several times a year, but most times observing their trajectory for longer eliminates any possibility of a collision. However, due to the YR4's size and greater than 1% probability, it peaked at the Torino scale level rating of 3. The only object that has ever been ranked higher on the Torino scale was 99942 Apophis, which reached a rating of 4 for about 4 days in late 2024. So what does all this mean? Well, it means, as fun as it might be to witness a doomsday scenario in Lagos, Nigeria, there's no cause for panic yet. Firstly, because as we said earlier, the rate of probability of a collision changes over time, mostly dropping. In fact, by the time this video goes live, it's entirely possible that the asteroid's chances of hitting Earth will be near zero. Secondly, as of February 2024, the asteroid probably has a higher chance of hitting the Moon than Earth. Some astronomers say such an impact on the Moon will be visible from Earth. But right now, nothing is certain. As we said, the asteroid is still a little bit too far to be sure. Observations of the asteroid when it passes near Earth again in 2028 will enable the calculation at a very precise orbit and a much more refined estimation of the impact likelihood in 2032. If the observations by 2028 do not rule out an impact in 2032, then it might be possible to send an asteroid deflection mission to avert its impact. Now, this concept of deflecting asteroids has been tested out before. In 2021, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, DART for short, was carried out. This was a space mission spearheaded by NASA, which aimed at testing a method of planetary defense against near-Earth objects. At the time, the selected target was an asteroid Dimorphos, which was a minor planet moon of the asteroid Didymos. Neither asteroids posed a significant impact threat to Earth, but their joint characteristics made them an ideal benchmarking target. The mission was launched on 24th of November 2021, and the DART spacecraft successfully collided with Dimorphos on 26 September 2022, about 11 million kilometers from Earth. Unfortunately though, while that would be swell, in the case of the asteroid currently hurtling towards us, it will be very challenging to mount a mission of such magnitude with less than 8 years to design and construct a spacecraft. If a deflection is not feasible, then the predicted site of impact, in this case Lagos, would need to be evacuated. Good luck getting out through the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Thank you for joining us again today on Odd Nigeria. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed watching it. See you next time.